Thank you all for coming. My name is Gailbreath. I am a social science teacher here. I also teach drama, and I am the director of this play. We are so happy to have you here, and we just want to send a big welcome out to all of the families that came out, all of the friends of our actors, friends of the crew, the students that have come for extra credit, and definitely all of our community members. But tonight is Staff Appreciation Night, so I really want to acknowledge my friends, my family, my colleagues, the staff of San Juan High. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. It means so much to our actors and our students who have been working on this since February. They have put their hearts and souls into this. They've grown, they've shown maturity and skill and responsibility. It is tremendous what they've accomplished. I am immensely proud of every single crew member, actor that's here, and I just hope that that transpires across this entire event, that you feel exactly how hard they have worked. I want to remind everyone that this is theater. We're not in a movie theater, so it's even more egregious if your cell phone goes off. There are literally people up here that can get distracted by any device use. So, no cell phones. This is a refrain I'm very comfortable with. No cell phones. I know that you want to record your beloved friend or daughter or son or whomever, but there are people behind you and the actors themselves to consider. So please don't do that. We are currently streaming this event, so there are cameras going live with all of this zoomed out digitally. So please be mindful of that and mindful of the disturbances that happen from an audience perspective. Bathrooms and exits, so there are 4 exits. They're very clearly marked. There's 2 back where you came in, 2 here. The bathrooms are out that way. You go out to where you came in and make a right down the stairs. There's where the bathrooms are. I want to take a moment as well. Though I am the director, I could not do this alone. And so I would like everyone to acknowledge my splendid partner, Kristen Soejoto, in the back. She's too much of a coward to be up here, so this is where we're at. And so I do want to say that the donations that you've been giving us is so good and so I lost my words. We are so thankful for you to donate for us. It will go forward to next year's drama program and other plays that we hope to do in the future. The runtime for this is about 70 minutes, which means there won't be an intermission. We'll just see the whole thing. And so I invite you to sit back and enjoy what you're going to feel over the next 70 or so minutes for San Juan High's Eurydice.
hearing it then.
Oh. I read a book today.
Did you?
Yes, it was very interesting.
That's good.
Don't you want to know what it was about?
Of course.
There were stories about people's lives, how some come out well and others come out badly.
Do you love the book?
Yes, I think so.
Why?
It had very interesting arguments.
Oh, and arguments that are interesting are good arguments?
Well, yes.
Maybe you should make up your own thoughts instead of reading them in a book?
I do think up my own thoughts.
I know you do. I love how you love books. Don't be mad. I made up a song for you today.
Did you? Will you sing it for me?
It has too many parts.
Let's go in the water.
Wait. Remember this melody.
I'm bad at remembering melodies. Why don't you remember it?
I have 11 other ones in my head, making for a total of 12. You have it?
Yes.
Pretty good. The rhythm's a little off. Top it out.
Is that right?
We'll practice.
I don't need to know about rhythm. I have my books.
Don't books have rhythm?
Let's go in the water.
Will you remember my melody under the water?
I will always remember your melody. It will be imprinted on my heart like wax.
Thank you.
You're welcome. When are you going to play me the whole song?
When I get 12 instruments,
Where are you going to get 12 instruments?
I'll make each strand of your hair into an instrument. Your hair will stand on end as it plays my music and becomes a hair orchestra.
I don't know if I want to be an instrument.
Why not?
Won't I fall down when the song ends?
That's true. But the clouds will be so moved by my music that they'll fill up with water, and you'll land on one and fall gently down to earth. How about that?
Okay.
Settled then.
What is?
Your hair will be my orchestra. And I love you.
I love you too.
How will you remember?
That I love you?
Yes.
It's easy. I can't help it.
You never know. Better tie a string around that finger to remind you.
Is there a string at the ocean?
I always have string, in case I come upon a broken instrument. This hand. Is it too tight?
No, it's fine. It's a very particular finger.
Yes.
You're aware of that?
Yes.
How aware?
Very aware.
Orpheus, are we?
You tell me.
Yes, I think so.
You think so?
I wasn't thinking, I mean, yes, just, yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
May our lives be full of music.
Maybe you could also get me another ring, a gold one, to put over the string one, you know?
Whatever makes you happy. Do you still have my melody?
It's right here. What are you thinking about?
Music. Just kidding. I was thinking about you. And music.
Let's go in the water. I'll race you.
I'll race you.
I'll race you.
I'll race you.
Dear Eurydice, a letter for you on your wedding day. There's no choice of any importance in life but the choosing of a beloved. Now, I haven't met Orpheus, but he seems like a serious young man. I understand he's a musician. Anyways, if I were to give a speech at your wedding, I would start with maybe 1 or 2 funny jokes, and then I might offer some words of advice. I would say cultivate the arts of dancing and small talk. Everything in moderation. Court the companionship and the respect of dogs. Ooh. Grilling a fish or toasting bread without burning it requires singleness of purpose, vigilance, and steadfast watching. Keep quiet about politics, but vote for the right man, and please take care to change the light bulbs. But most importantly, continue to give yourself to others, for that is the ultimate satisfaction in life, to love, accept, honor, and help others. As for me, this is what it's like being dead. The atmosphere smells, and there's these strange high-pitched noises, sort of like a tea kettle boiling over, that no one seems to notice, but for the most part, you can work and socialize much like at home. I'm working in the business world, and it seems that here you can better see the far-reaching consequences of your actions. Also, I'm one of the few people who still remembers how to read and write. That's a secret. If anyone finds out, they might dip me in the river again. I write you letters. I don't know how to get them to you. Love, your mother.
I hate parties. My wedding party is the biggest party of all. All the guests have arrived and Orpheus is taking a shower. He's always taking a shower when guests arrive so he doesn't have to greet them. Then I have to greet them. A wedding is for mothers and daughters. All the fathers dress up trying to look like the first patriarch, but a wedding is for mother and daughter. Stop being married to each other on that day. I always thought there would be more interesting people at my wedding.
Are you a homeless person?
No.
Oh. I was on my way to a party where there are many very interesting people. Would you like to join me?
No, I just left my own party.
You were giving a party and you just left?
I was thirsty.
You must be a very interesting person to leave your own party like that.
Thank you.
You mustn't care at all what other people think of you. I'd have to say that's the mark of a really interesting person.
I guess.
So, would you like to join me to this interesting affair?
No, thank you. I just got married, you see.
Oh, well, lots of people do that.
It's true. Lots of people do.
What is your name?
Eurydice?
Eurydice.
Goodbye then.
Goodbye. Dear Eurydice.
Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. With anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Till I come marching home. I'm warm. Are you warm?
Yes.
I'm gonna drink of water.
Don't go.
I'll be right back.
Promise?
Yes.
I can't stand till you're out of my sight today.
So cute. Oh, you're still here.
Yes, I forgot to tell you something. I received a letter in the mail today, addressed to Eurydice. That's you, from your mother.
That's not possible.
She wrote down some thoughts for your wedding day.
Let me see.
I left it at home. It got delivered to my elegant, high-rise apartment by mistake.
Why didn't didn't you say so before?
You left in such a hurry.
From my mother?
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes.
I knew she'd send something.
It'll just take a moment. I live across the block. What an interesting dress you are wearing.
Thank you.
Eurydice? Eurydice!
Voila.
You're so high up.
Yes, I
Feel a little faint.
It'll pass.
Have you ever gotten stuck in an elevator?
No, actually. I prefer stairs. I think architecture's so interesting, don't you?
Oh, yes. Where's the ladder?
But isn't this an interesting building?
It's so high up.
Yes, it is.
There's no one here. Thought you were having a party.
I like to celebrate things quietly, with a couple other interesting people, don't you? Would you like some champagne?
Maybe some water?
Water it is then. Please, make yourself comfortable.
I can't stay long. I can see my wedding from here. People are so small. And they're dancing. Oh, look, there's Orpheus. He's not dancing.
So who is this guy you are marrying?
His name is Orpheus.
Orpheus. Not a very interesting name. I've heard it before.
Maybe you've heard of him. He's kind of famous. He writes the most beautiful music in the world, actually.
I can't hear you.
So the letter was delivered here? Today?
That's right.
Through the post?
It was. Mysterious. Voila. So, Eurydice, tell me one thing. Name me one person you find interesting.
Why?
Just making conversation.
Right. All the interesting people I know are dead or speak French.
Well, I don't speak French, Eurydice.
I'm sorry. I think I'd better go now. There's no letter, is there?
Of course there is. It's right here. Eurydice, I'm not interesting, but I'm strong. You could teach me to be interesting. I would listen. Orpheus is too busy listening to his own thoughts. There's music in his head. Try to pluck it out and it bites you. I bet you had an interesting thought today, for instance. I bet you're always having them. The way you tilt your head to the side, and stare.
I feel dizzy. I want my husband. I think I'd better go now.
You're free to go whenever you like.
I know. I think I'll go now. In fact, I'll just take my letter first if you don't mind.
Relax.
Goodbye.
Wait, Eurydice, don't go. I love you.
Oh, no!
You need to get yourself a real man, a man with broad shoulders like me. Orpheus has long fingers that would tremble to pet a bull or pluck a bee from a hive.
How do you know about my husband's fingers?
A man with big arms like mine that could wrap around your little shoulders as he guides you through the crowd. A man who answers doors at parties. A man with big hands, big, stupid hands like potatoes. A man who could carry a cow in labor. My lips were meant to kiss your eyelids. That's obvious.
Close your eyes then. It's her handwriting.
Of course it is.
Goodbye.
Don't do that. You'll trip.
Orpheus!
Eurydice!
We are a chorus of stones. I'm a little stone. I'm a big stone.
I'm a loud stone.
We are all three stones.
feel bad for dead people. Eurydice wants to speak to you, but she can't speak your language anymore. She talks in the language of dead people now.
It's a very quiet language.
Like if the pores in your face opened up and talked.
Like potatoes sleeping in the dirt. Pretend that you understand her and she'll be embarrassed. Yes, pretend for a moment that you understand the language of stones.
Listen to her the way you'd listen to your own daughter if she died too young and tried to speak to you across long distances.
There was a roar and a coldness. I think my husband was with me. What was my husband's name? My husband's name? You know it? Strange. I don't remember. It was horrible to see his face when I died. His eyes were two black birds and they flew to me and they said, "No! Stay where you are. I need you in order to see." When I got through the cold, they made me swim in a river, and I forgot his name. Forgot all the names. I know his name starts with my mouth shaped like a ball of twine. I forget. They took me to a tiny boat. I only just fit inside. I looked at the oars and I wanted to cry. I tried to cry, but I just drooled a little. Try now. What happiness it would be to cry. I wasn't lonely, only alone with myself. Begging myself not to leave my own body, but I was leaving. Goodbye, Head, I said, and it inclined itself a little, so nod to me, in a solemn kind of way. How do you say goodbye to yourself?
The station is like a train, but there is no train.
A train?
A train has wheels that are not wheels.
There's the opposite of a wheel, and the opposite of smoke, and the opposite of a train.
Oh, I'm waiting for someone to meet me, I think.
Eurydice.
Oh, do you happen to know where the bank is, madam? I need money, I've just arrived. I need to exchange my money at the bureau to change. I didn't bring traveler's checks because I left in such a hurry. They didn't even let me pack my suitcase. There's nothing in it. It's funny, right? Funny. I suppose I can buy new clothes here. I would really love a bath.
Eurydice.
What is that language you're speaking? Gives me tingles. Say it again.
Eurydice.
It's like a fruit. Again.
Eurydice, I'm your mother.
Eurydice, I'm your mother. How funny. You remind me of something, but I can't understand a word you're saying. Say it again.
Your mother.
Shut up! Shut up!
She doesn't understand you. She's dead now too. You have to speak in the language of stones.
You're dead now.
told you how it works.
One day, it would not stop raining. And I heard your name, inside the rain. Somewhere between the drops, I saw falling letters. Each letter of your name. I began to translate. E, I remembered elephants. U, I remembered ulcers. And under, R, I remembered reindeers. I saw them putting their black noses in snow. Y, youth in yellow. D, dog, dig, daughter, day. Time put into my head. The days, the weeks, hours, months.
The tree talks so beautifully.
Don't listen!
I feel suddenly hungry. Where's your kind waiting at me at the station?
Here I am.
I would like a continental breakfast, please. Maybe some rolls and butter. Oh, and jam. Please send my suitcase tomorrow if you look.
I'm sorry, miss, but there's no rooms here.
No rooms. Where do people sleep?
People don't sleep here.
I have to say, I'm very disappointed. It's been such a tiring day. I've been traveling all day. First on a river, then on an elevator that rained, then on a train. I got someone meeting at the station.
Don't cry, don't cry!
I don't know where I am near all these stores. I hate them! They're horrible! I want a bath. Find someone meeting at the station.
Don't be sad. I'll take your luggage to your room.
There are no rooms!
Dear Eurydice, I miss you. No, that's not enough. Dear Eurydice, Symphony for 12 instruments. Love, Orpheus. music now that you're gone. You know I hate writing letters. I'll give this letter to a worm. I hope he finds you. Love, Orpheus.
There's a letter for you, miss.
A letter?
It's addressed to you. A letter.
Just dirt on it.
Miss,
What is it?
do you want me to read you the letter?
Read me the letter?
You can't do it with your feet. It's addressed to Eurydice. That's you.
That's you.
No, that's you. It says, I love you.
I love you.
It's like your tree.
Tall. Green.
It's like sitting in the shade.
Oh.
It's like sitting in the shade with no clothes on.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to find you. I play the saddest music.
Music?
Oh, it's like that.
Go on.
I'll give this letter to a worm. I hope he finds you. Love, Orpheus.
Orpheus. That word. It's like I can't breathe. Orpheus, my husband.
Dear Eurydice, last night I dreamed we climbed Mount Olympus and we started to dance. And all the strands of your hair were little faucets and water was streaming out of your head. And I said, "Why is water coming out of your hair?" And you said, "Gravity is very compelling." And then we jumped off Mount Olympus and flew through the clouds, and you held your knee to your chest because you skinned it on a sharp cloud. And then we fell into a salty lake. Then I woke up. My window startled me, and I thought, Eurydice is dead. Then I thought, who is Eurydice? Then the whole room started to float, and I thought, what are people? And then my bedclothes smiled at me with their crooked green mouth, and I thought, who am I? It scares me, Eurydice. Please come back. Love, Orpheus.
Did you get my letters?
No. You wrote me letters?
Every day.
What did they say?
Oh, nothing much. The usual stuff.
Tell me the names of my father and brothers and sisters.
I don't think that's a good idea. It'll make you sad.
I want to know.
It's a long time to be sad.
I'd rather be sad.
Being sad is not allowed! Act like a stone!
ostracize.
What does it mean?
To exclude. The Greeks decided who to banish, and they wrote the name of the banished person on a white piece of pottery called ostrakon.
Ostrakon. Another.
Peripatetic, from the Greeks. It means to walk slowly, speaking of weighty matters, in bare feet.
Peripatetic. Learned fruit wandering through the snow. Another.
Defunct.
Defunct.
It means to die in a very abrupt way. Not the way I died, which was slowly, but all at once, in cowboy boots.
Tell me a story of when you were little.
Well, there was the time your uncle shot at me with a BB gun, and I got mad at him, so I swallowed a nail. Or the time I went to a dude ranch, and I was riding a horse, and I lassoed a car. The lady in the car got mad at me, and she spanked me. Your grandmother spanked me, too.
Remember the Christmas when she gave me a doll and I said, if I see one more doll, I'm gonna throw up?
I think Grammy was a little surprised when you said that.
Tell me a story about Grammy.
Well, the most vivid memory I have of Grammy was at parties and in the house playing piano. She could really play the piano. She could play everything by ear. They used to call her Flaming Sally.
I never saw Grammy play the piano.
Well, she was never the same after my father died. He was a very gentle man.
Tell me a story about your father.
My father and I, we used to duck hunt. Every night before, he'd call up old Frank and he'd ask, where are the ducks moving tonight? Frank was a guy and a farmer. He could really call the ducks. You'd get as many as 10 ducks. But, of course, I hated killing the ducks, but you get so caught up in the fervor of it. If you went over the limit, there was only so many ducks per person. My father would chuck the extra ducks to the side of the lake we were paddling on, and he would make sure there was no game warden. If the warden was gone, he would go back and get the extra ducks. My father was never a great conversationalist, but he loved to rhapsodize about hunting. He used to say, if I have to die, it'll be in a duck farm. And he did.
There was something I always wanted to ask you. It was how to do something, or story, someone's name. I forget.
Don't worry. There's plenty of time. You'll remember.
Dear Eurydice, I wonder if you miss reading books in the underworld.
What is this? What are you? What do you do? What do you do? Are you a thing or a person? Say something! Oh, damn you!
We two alone shall sing like birds in a cage. When thou dost ask my blessing, I will kneel down and ask of thee forgiveness, and we shall live and pray and sing and tell of tales.
Yeah, that's right. No, there's no last name. It's not like that. I don't know the country. I don't know the city either. I don't know the street. I don't know, it probably starts with a vowel. Would you mind checking? Please. I would really appreciate it. You can't enter a name without a city. Why not? Okay, well, thank you for trying. Wait, miss. It's a special case. She's dead. You have a nice day, too. I'll find you. Don't move.
Tell me another story of when you were little.
Let me think. There was my first piano recital. I was playing I Got Rhythm. I played the first 4 chords and I couldn't remember the rest. I ran and locked myself in the bathroom.
Oh. And what happened?
Your grandmother pulled me out of the bathroom and made me apologize to everyone in the auditorium. I never played piano after that. But I still remember the first few chords. Let's see. Da, da, dee, da.
What are the words?
I can't remember. Let's see. Da, da, dee, da.
Da-da-dee-da.
Da,
What is that noise? Stop singing!
Stop singing!
Neither of you can carry a tune! It's awful!
Dead people can't sing!
Not a very good singer.
Neither am I.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I am the Lord of the Underworld.
Very funny.
I am.
Prove it.
I can do chin-ups inside your bones. Close your eyes.
Ow! Ow!
See?
What do you want?
You're pretty.
I'm dead.
You're pretty.
You're little.
I grow downward, like a turnip.
What do you want?
Just making sure that you're comfortable.
Comfortable?
You're not itchy, are you?
No.
That's good. Sometimes our residents get itchy. Then I scratch them.
I'm not itchy.
What's all this string?
That's my room.
Rooms are not allowed. Tell her.
This song, Papa me.
Who made your room?
My mother.
Mothers are not allowed. Where is she?
She's at work.
We'll have to dip you in the river again and make sure you're good and dumb.
Please don't.
I like that. Say it again.
Please don't.
Say it in my ear.
Please don't.
I like that. I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down. And I mean that in the nicest possible way.
I have a husband.
Husbands are for children. You need a lover. I'll be back. See to it that she's comfortable.
We will!
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye!
I'm growing, can't you tell? I'm growing!
Orpheus never liked words. He had his music. He would get this funny look on his face, and I would say, "What are you thinking about?" And he would always be thinking about music. Sometimes, if we were in a restaurant, I would get embarrassed. that women envied me. Their husbands all talked too much. But I wanted to talk to him about my notions. I was working on a new philosophical system. It involved hats. This is what it is to love an artist. The moon is always rising above your house. The houses of your neighbors look dull and lacking in moonlight. But he is always going away from you. Inside his head, there's always something more beautiful. Orpheus said the mind is like a slide ruler. It can fit around anything. Words can mean anything. This is what it is to love an artist.
Eurydice, before I go down there, I won't practice my music. Some say practice, but practice is a word invented by cowards. The animals don't have a word for practice. A gazelle doesn't run for practice. He runs because he's scared, he's hungry. A bird doesn't sing for practice. She sings because she's happy or sad. So I say, store it up. The music sounds better in my head than it does in the world. When songs are pressing against my throat, then, only then, will I go down and sing for the devils. And they'll cry through their parched throats. Eurydice, don't kiss a dead man. Their lips look red and tempting. But put your tongue in their mouths and it tastes like oatmeal. I know how much you hate oatmeal. I'm going the way of death. Here's my plan. Tonight, when I go to sleep, I'll put a straw in my mouth, and I'll crawl through, and my breath will push me like a great wind into the darkness. And I'll sing your name, and I will arrive. I've consulted the almanacs, the footstools, and the architects. Everyone agrees. Wait for me. Love, Orpheus.
I got a letter from Orpheus.
You sound serious. Nothing wrong, I hope.
No,
What did he say?
he said he's gonna come find me.
How?
He's gonna sing.
Someone is knocking. Who is it?
Who is it?
No one knocks at the door of the dead.
I'm Orpheus.
I am the Lord of the underworld.
But you're so young.
Don't be rude.
Sorry. Did you like my music?
No. I prefer happy music with a nice beat.
Oh.
So you come for Eurydice?
Yes.
And you thought singing would get you through the gates of hell?
See here, I want my wife. What do I have to do?
You'll have to do more than sing.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Start walking home. Your wife might just be on the road behind you. We make it real nice here so people like to stick around. As you walk, keep your eyes facing forward. If you turn back to look at her, poof, she's gone.
I can't look at her?
No.
Why not?
Because.
Because
Do you understand me?
I look straight ahead. That's all?
Yes.
That's easy.
Good.
I hear him at the gates. He's come to save me.
You want to go with him?
Of course. Oh. You'll be lonely, won't you?
No, you should go to your husband. You should have grandchildren. You'll all come down and meet me one day.
Are you sure?
You should love your family until the grapes grow dust on their purple faces. I'll take you to him.
Now?
It's for the best. Is that him?
Yes, I think so.
His shoulders aren't very broad. Can you take care of him? Are you sure?
Yes.
There's one more thing. If he turns around and sees you, you'll die a second death. So step quietly and don't cry out.
I won't.
Goodbye, Eurydice.
Bye. I'll come back to you. I seem to keep dying.
Don't let them dip you too long in the river the second time. Hold your breath.
I'll look for a tree.
I'll write letters.
Where will I find them?
I don't know. I'll figure something out. Goodbye, Eurydice.
Goodbye.
Wait, come back. You can't go back now, Eurydice.
Face forward!
Keep walking.
I'm afraid.
Your husband is waiting for you, Eurydice.
I don't recognize him. That's not. It's a stranger.
Go on, it's him!
I'm afraid. I want to go home. I want my mother.
You're all grown up now. You have a husband.
Turn around!
Why?
Because!
That's a stupid reason.
Orpheus braved the gates of hell to find you!
He played the saddest of music.
Even we,
The Stones,
cried when we heard it!
That's Orpheus?
Yes! That's him!
Where is this music?
It's in your head!
Orpheus,
You startled me.
I'm sorry.
Why?
I don't know.
You always
I could never spell the word.
on the third
Rhythm?
page.
such a difficult word to spell.
Remember?
R, Y, no, there's an H in there.
You were always
Somewhere.
one step ahead
Breath,
of the music,
ri,
your sense of rhythm.
ri,
It was
ri.
off. I would say, clap on the downbeat. No, the downbeat. It's dangerous not to have a sense of rhythm. You lose things when you can't keep a simple beat. Why do you have to say my name, Eurydice?
I'm sorry.
I know we used to fight. Seems so silly now.
If it's and ands were pots and pans, there'd be no need for tinkers.
Why?
If it's and ands were pots and pans, there'd be no need for tinkers.
Eurydice.
I think I see the gates. Stones, the boat. Looks familiar. Stones look happy to see me.
Don't look.
Wow, that's the happiest I've ever seen them. Everything is so familiar.
Think of the things we did.
It looks like home. Our house was gray,
We went ice skating.
with a red door, and we had 2
I
cats,
wore a red sweater.
and 2 dogs, and 2 fish that died.
Will you talk to me?
The train looks like the opposite of a train.
Eurydice, we've known each other for centuries. I want to reminisce. Remember when you wanted your name in a song? So I put your name in a song. When I was playing my music at the gates of hell, I was singing your name over and over and over again. Eurydice.
Finally! Some peace and quiet! Like the old days! No music, no conversation! How about that?
With Eurydice gone, it'll be a second death for me.
Oh, please, ma'am!
We're tired.
Do you understand the love a mother has for her daughter?
Love is a big, funny word.
Dead people should be seen and not heard.
How does a person remember to forget? It's difficult.
It's not difficult.
We told you how it works.
Dip yourself in the river.
Dip yourself in the river. Dip yourself in the river.
I need directions.
That's ridiculous.
There are no directions.
I remember take business 80 to the 8099 interchange. Cross to 50 east. You'll go over a bridge. Go 3 miles. The exit for Sunrise Boulevard will be on your right. Regent's Park will be on your right. Take a left on Fernwood Avenue. You'll see the lights of the American River. Cross the street. Look for traffic. Cross the road. You'll see a river. Roll up your jeans. Count to 10. And then swim. Where's my room?
Where is my room? Answer me!
It's none of our business.
What are you doing here?
You should be with your husband.
Up there!
Where's my mother?
She dipped herself in the river.
My mother did not dip herself in the river.
She did! We saw her!
She did not.
She wanted some peace and quiet.
Listen, did you the word? Then we'll know each other again. Ready? Start with my name. Eurydice. E-U-R-Y.
She can't hear you.
She can't see you.
She can't remember you.
I hate you. I always hated you. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Listen, I'll tell you a story.
She can't hear you. She can't see you.
She can't remember you.
Try speaking in the language of stones.
It's a very quiet language, like the pores in your face opened up and wanted to talk.
Stone. Rock. Tree. Rock. Stone.
Didn't you already mourn for your mother, young lady?
Something should be left well enough alone. To mourn twice is excessive. To mourn 3 times is sin.
Life is like a good meal.
Only gluttons go back for more food once they finish their helping. Learn to be more moderate.
We don't like to see it.
We don't like to watch it. It makes me uncomfortable. Don't cry.
Don't cry, don't cry.
Learn the art of keeping busy.
It's hard to keep busy when you're dead.
It's not hard. We keep busy and we like it. We're busy, busy, busy stones. Watch us work, keeping still, keeping quiet. It's hard work to be a stone. No time for crying, no, no, no.
I hate you. I have always hated you.
Go ahead, try to hit us.
You'll hurt your fist. You'll break your hand.
Is there a problem?
No, sir.
So you've chosen to stay, huh? Good. Perhaps to be my bride.
Told you. Too young.
I'll be the judge of that. I've grown.
Yes. See that.
I'm ready to be a man now. I'm ready to be a man.
Please. Leave me alone.
I'll have them start preparing the satins and suits. You can't refuse me. I've made my choice. I'm ready to be a man. Don't be long. The wedding songs are already being written. They're very quiet, inaudible, you might say. A dirt-filled orchestra for my bride. Don't trouble the songs with your music, I say. A song is 2 dead bodies, rubbing under the covers to keep warm.
Well, well, well.
You had better prepare yourself, Eurydice.
There's nothing to prepare.
You better comb your
You
hair.
better find a
I
veil.
don't need a veil. I need a pen.
Pens are forbidden here.
I need a pencil then.
Pencils too.
Damn you! I'll dip you in the river.
Too late, too late.
There are pens. There must be. A pen. Dear Orpheus, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. I was afraid. I'm not worthy of you. But I still love you, I think. Don't try to find me again. I would be lonely for music. I want you to be happy. I want you to marry again. I'm going to write out instructions for your next wife. To
my husband's next wife. Be gentle. Be sure to comb his hair when it's wet. Do not fail to notice that his face flushes pink like a bride's when you kiss him. Give him lots to eat. He forgets to eat and he gets cranky. When he's sad, kiss his forehead and I will thank you. Because he is a young prince. His robes are too heavy on him. And his crown falls down over his ears. I'll give this letter to a worm. I hope he finds you. Love,